Hi, welcome or welcome back. My name is Ada, and I'm just a girl who likes to read. So, for the next couple of days, I'm going to be basically just vlogging, kind of just vlogging a lot, just because there's so many things happening, and I just want to take you guys with me. And I think it'll just be a lot of fun because there's a lot of things happening, especially for this weekend slash the next couple of days. So let's back up for a sec. So right now it is Friday around 1:03 p.m. And initially I was going to go to a Sophie Lark signing, but I saw that she was going to do another one later, basically later down the line that is closer to where I live. So I was like, um, it's not a big deal if I miss this one and then just go to the next one because the initial place where she's going to sign is like, what, 20 minutes away, and I'm kind of lazy to drive because I do have work later tonight, so I kind of want to rest a little bit. And then tomorrow will be a lot of fun because I will be going to book club, and then I'm gonna be hanging out with some friends and going comic book store shopping. I'm personally not a huge comic book fan, but I do appreciate the art and all that stuff. Like I read a lot of comic books and I was really into like the whole like Marvel universe, DC universe, like few years back, but now like not so much. Like I'm just here to have fun and hang out with my friends. And then on Sunday, I will be going to Universal Studios with one of my best friends, and we're also going to do horror nights as well. And I am actually so nervous, but I'm actually so excited because it'll be my first horror nights, and I am basically a coward at heart. Like I can't do horror movies, like I can't do any of that like at all. Like I remember um when Universal Studios like still had their like haunted, like what was it? This whole like almost like a museum full of like haunted things, and then it had like a whole maze and everything. I was scared to death. So I don't know if I'm gonna make it. My mindset going into it is basically think about it as if I were in a dark romance and kind of romanticize it a little bit so I don't feel like as scared. But that's just me like psyching myself up, thinking like, okay, maybe I can get away with it, you know? And then on Monday, it's gonna become a rest day. Recently, I've been working on some post grad applications and stuff like that. So on Monday, we're gonna take some time to work on that, and maybe we're gonna take some time today as well to take a look at that. So we'll see how I'm feeling, and just taking it one step at a time. And then on Tuesday, um, Anna Huang's new book, The Striker, is coming out, and there's going to be basically a book like a little release party happening at my local Barnes and Noble. So I'll also be going with my friends, and I'm very excited for that. I've been dying to get this book in my hands ever since it has been announced, and now that it's coming out literally in a couple days, I'm so actually freaking so excited. I know like at this point my whole TBR is like basically all messed up, and I don't think I have, like in my previous video I did say that I was going to take time in October to read Zodiac Academy. I don't think that's happening with the rate I'm going at, with how chaotic my reading has been, especially with audiobooks, and that I'm also buddy reading Ice Planet Barbarians with my coworker. So there's also that. But again, very excited for the next couple days. So yeah, right now I think I got back from work like earlier this morning, so I slept and now I feel a little bit better. I'll probably sleep again later today though. So right now I'm thinking of grabbing a poke bowl because I love poke so much, along with just anything with raw fish in it. I'm basically sad, is what I'm trying to say. I don't know. For me, like for me, raw fish over cooked fish any day. That's just a me preference. I don't know. And then after, I'll probably work on my stuff for post grad applications a little bit, do some reading, and yeah, just have like a chill day in so I can prepare to, be more social and make more active. Because if I were to go out today and be like even more social, then I might just burn out a little bit, if you know what I mean. So yeah. Okay, so before I grab my Poke Bowl, I want to talk to you guys about my current read at the moment, and it is Butcher and Blackbird by Bryn Weaver, which is the first book of the Ruminous Love Trilogy. There goes my tabs that fell. Where basically you have two serial killers, where every year they compete with one another, and they basically hunt down other serial killers, and basically the prize is pretty much bragging rights, as the way they meet is in very unusual circumstances, and I am enjoying this book a little too much, and I love it. It's great. I'm having such a fun time. Like, I'm pretty much like close to finishing. Like, if I tried hard enough, then I can pretty much finish it today, and I probably will, because I do want to break from all the things that are happening. So, yeah. And how should I say this? I was comparing this to a manga I've been loving. Well, I read because at the moment it's on hiatus, so I need them to keep I need them to keep putting out more chapters. Please, please, I need them back. The manga is Yakuza Fiance, where basically you have your main character, main female lead, who is the granddaughter of a Yakuza family in a different province in Japan, and then she is in an arranged marriage with the grandson of a different Yakuza from a different province, obviously, in Japan. And they are both, in a way, basically a little crazy. Our female lead, she's more grounded. She's more like, she's more grounded. She has more morals, ethics, blah, blah, blah. And he is basically completely, utterly crazy. Like, the red flags coming off from him are absolutely crazy. But the two are completely different stories, and the two have completely different vibes. But the reason why I compared the two of them is because they have that dark romantic comedy aspect to it, where you have like this atmosphere of like basically a dark romance, but you have the little bits and moments where there is like a little rom-com moment where, let's say, for example, he says something like totally crazy, and Jessica is a little too excited because she's more on the grumpy side, and she's like rolling her eyes while he's just like, bouncing up and down, just very excited to see her. Same thing with Yakuza Fiance, where even though he's a little crazy, well, a little is an understatement, he's very crazy and obsessed with her, but she's like, you need to like chill out. But in Yakuza Fiance, you kind of see the progression from him being a red flag to being a yellow orange flag. But again, there's some moments in the manga where you can't really like justify his behavior, like, to an extent. Like, you understand where he's coming from, but at the same time you're like, let's take a pause. But also, I am colorblind, so I see nothing but green, so that's a me problem. But yeah, enjoying this very, very much. And since I'm basically almost done, I'm kind of deciding what to read next. So the two top options are One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig, and the other is Draco Malfoy and the Mortifying Ordeal of Being in Love. The reason is because since I'm going to Universal's on Sunday, I feel like if I finish this and starting to read more Hermione fanfic, it would get me in the vibes, in the spirit, Universal Studios, Hogwarts, duh. And of course I'm going to be bringing my Kindle to Universal. It's like, why would I not do that? Like, that's just me being a reader. And as for One Dark Window, Rachel Gillig is doing a author signing in November, so I want to prepare for that. But at the same time, I'm also reading that book was also chosen for book club. And book club is in about more or less 3 weeks. So I might be kind of pushing the limit. But right now I'm leaning more towards Draco Malfoy because it's Hermione season. You can argue with the wall with that. So yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna go grab that Poke Bowl and I'm just gonna chill and eat. Maybe work on my postgrad stuff, on postgrad applications. We'll see how I feel. And yeah, just have basically a chill day in until I have to go into work. Speaking of work, I almost forgot to mention, but right now, I also mentioned in my TBR, not TBR, my wrap up video for September, where my coworker and I were reading Ice Planet Barbarians, and we made it to book 6. But we kind of reached this like plateau where we're kind of feeling the fatigue a little bit because there's 19 books in that series, and they're starting to recycle the same stories like over and over again. So we're kind of feeling the fatigue. So we decided we're gonna change it up this time, and we're gonna do a mystery and thriller tonight, and I believe we're going to be reading The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. So very, very excited for that. And it's about time I switched up the genre anyway, because literally whenever I like choose audiobooks, I literally close my eyes, scroll, and just pick one. Like I don't even like sometimes I just look at the cover and I'm like, okay, good enough, close enough. That works for me. Like I don't even read the description at this point, and I feel like I probably should, or like at least like try to find like trigger warnings on it, but like I don't get phased very easily. The only time I did look up trigger warnings was for A Little Life, because I've heard so many things and it was a huge, huge list. So I took a glance at that and I was like, okay, let's get into it. So yeah. Anyways, very excited for that, and yeah, it's gonna be a fun, chill Friday, and then I believe I get off of work around 8:15 in the morning tomorrow, so I might come back home, like chill out for a little bit, and probably just maybe get like a matcha really quick or get like coffee to get some caffeine in me, and then just go straight to book club. So we'll see how it goes. Give you guys an update. Let's go get poke. Okay, I'm back. I had to change my sweatshirt because I was sweating really bad, and for some reason it got really hot outside. So I was like, okay, I'm sweating really bad. This is not it. And got my poke bowl. Got a large one so I can eat the rest of it at work, because that's what you do. And of course I got boba as well, because who doesn't? Because you need a sweet treat every time you finish a meal. I feel like that's law at this point. So yeah. And then before I do dive into eating, I do have a package from one of my favorite bookish shops, Primrose and Co-Design. She does like a bunch of bookish themed shirts, like sweatshirts, mostly fantasy themed, and if you're also a huge Swiftie, then you would also love her stuff as well. And let's see, let me think. The first package I got, the first thing I got like was the sweatshirt I wore earlier, so that's also from her. And I believe these are 2 phone cases that I ordered from her. So we're just gonna open it together and take a look. I think that's what it is, because that's what it says. Okay, so I got 2 phone cases. So the first one I grabbed is like this almost like dark academia themed one, like almost like a basically kind of like a Pinterest board type thing. So love this. And then the second one I got was a celestial theme, like sticking with the dark academia theme kind of, but celestial. So very excited to put it on. So okay, this is like my current at the moment, and I got the new Momofusan little hipper, and it's so cute. But the thing is, like, it's difficult to match it, and like this is the only phone case that matches it, and I'm kind of obsessed with it right now. So I'm trying to look at my other hippers, Sunny Angel hippers, to see if it'll match any of these guys. But I don't think they do, because they're mostly like, when the way they're colored is that they're mostly on like the lighter side. So like even if I put it on, it's gonna look weird. But I'm gonna update you on that, and we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'm very excited to put one of these 2 guys on. So yeah. So the one Sunny Angel Hipper I have is this one with like an elephant. So I think I'm gonna put it on to the celestial one, because I think it'll look pretty good. Like, I mean, it's a Sunny Angel. Like, it makes sense, right? Like, hang on. This is like before I take off the sticky part. So like from like what I'm seeing is like just just a little guy just hanging on. And then from the back, you kind of see it like that. Yeah, the blue stands out, but like, I think it's gonna look good. So let me just put it on, and then I will show you guys what it looks like. I just put on the phone case, and You can't tell me this is not adorable. Like, I will accept no criticisms. I'm obsessed. Okay, this is like pretty much my new phone case from now on. Like, for the time being until I get bored. But at this time, this is it. This is the vibe. It's giving. It really is. Like, I like how the blue stands out a little bit from like the darkness of it. So, but I love this so much. Right now, I'm gonna do some chores in my house. I'm probably gonna clean my house, sweep the floor at least, and then finish up some laundry that I have waiting for me. Since it's been a hot minute since I've done laundry, and right now, since I'm already awake anyway, might as well take the opportunity to get it done. I'm not gonna be listening to any audiobooks as I work doing chores, because I'm gonna save the audiobooks for work later. But right now, this is what I've been obsessing over, which this is Rosé's new single featuring with Bruno Mars, which again, this is a unexpected collab. Like, this literally dropped out of nowhere, so I was shocked when I saw it. And it's called APT, or Apartment, and it's so good. It gives me like Disney Channel, almost like Disney Channel nostalgia like type vibes. Like someone compared it to Avril Lavigne like energy, and I kind of have to agree. Like, it's so good. So yeah, I'm gonna clean the house, and then there's also some dishes I need to do as well, and then finish up the laundry. And after, I'll probably just relax and hopefully finish up the book I'm reading. It is now about 4:30, and I just finished Butcher Blackbird, and I gave this 4 stars. This was really, really good. A lot better than I expected from like the initial hype going around, especially like on TikTok and stuff. But this is really good. I really enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars because it didn't really give me like that, like when certain books give you that 5-star feeling. Like, this didn't really give me that 5-star feeling. This mostly gave me like a 4, because I was kind of like, I feel like I was a little forced to read it. I wasn't flying through it, nonetheless, I still enjoyed it. I was not expecting the whole found family concept, and I love the found family trope, and this is a great example of that. And both characters, Rowan and Sloane, they just healed each other, and I felt healed seeing their relationship and just seeing them, like, their character arcs go from, like, suspecting, like, not, like, trusting one another, kind of, like, also being friends, to eventually, being the best person they are, being the best person with the other, basically. Like, basically being the best versions of themselves whenever they are around each other, which is, obviously, that's amazing. And what's really interesting is that, you can definitely tell, like, Sloane is definitely healing from her, like, traumas, and, Rowan's also healing from his as well, and they just both complement each other so well. And I'm very excited to read book 2, as, it's very obvious who the next couple will be, so I'm pretty sure it's Lark and Lachlan, where Lark is Sloane's best friend, and Lachlan is Rowan's older brother, so that'll be book 2. But for now, we're going to take a pause on this series, and I think I'm going to start Draco Malfoy in the mortifying ordeal of being in love. That title is so long, but, like, I just know it's going to be worth it. So, yeah, I'm in a Hermione mood, so we got to keep that feeling going. But, yeah, so right now, I think I'm going to take a shower and then probably take a quick nap, as I'm feeling a little bit sleepy. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I have the fanfic ready on my Kindle. My Kindle's on the other side, so I'll get it later. But it's basically ready on my Kindle. I downloaded. I need to download more fanfic into my Kindle. Like, I don't know what I'm doing here, but yeah, I'm gonna have to take a shower really quick, and then I'm gonna take a nap, and then wake up in time to eat a little, maybe a little dinner before heading off to work, and then we're gonna start. And then I'll probably be listening. Excuse me. And then I'm probably gonna be listening to the seven and a half deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle on audio with my coworker. So yeah. Good morning. It is 9:54 on Saturday, and let's see. And right now I just changed and I'm about to head out to book club. So I want to give you guys an update on my reading. So I started the audiobook for Seven and a Half Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. And so far I really like it. I'm currently 70% in because I got like a huge chunk done. But basically I'm confused but interested, but also I understand what's happening. Like I'm right now I'm trying to piece together like who like basically who did it in a way and kind of like solving this puzzle. So that's what I'm really enjoying right now. And then I also started Draco Malfoy and the Mortifying Ordeal of Being in Love. Just a disclaimer, I should have said this earlier, but like I'm gonna mess up the title so many times because it's such a long title. Like it's like jumbled in my brain at this point. But like you know what, but like if you know, you know. And so far, I really like it. I really like the banter. Like I know the banter, like basically the whole thing of it, and I love it. And just like, I don't know, I just love Hermione in general, like, period, point blank, period. Like, I don't know what, you know, Miss Author, that we shall not speak her name, is doing. And I can't believe she did commit to that, like, basically that plot line that was sitting right there for her. So, but yeah, we're gonna go right now. And I think I'm gonna go meet my friends at a coffee shop first, and then we're gonna head down to book club, but unsure because I do live a little far. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, I lied. So I'm not gonna go to the coffee shop. We're just gonna meet them there at the usual meeting spot for book club, just because it's gonna take me literally half an hour just to get there, and by that time it's there again. Not gonna make it, so we're just gonna go straight there, do some reading, have some fun, and I think a couple friends want to go comic book shopping, like I said earlier, so I think I'm gonna join them, and then we'll see how it goes on from there. Like literally, it's all literally just no thoughts, just vibes at this point. So yeah. I completely forgot to record a book club, but also at the same time, I was kind of overwhelmed with the amount of people that showed up today because usually at book club it's like pretty small, but a bunch of people showed up today and I was like scared, so I didn't record that. And then at the comic book store, there was like it was a really small comic book shop, so I didn't want to like record and then like get told, oh, you can't record in here and stuff like that. I don't know, I felt kind of weird doing it, so it's just like that one, like so it's most of my friends that were looking at comics, and then I saw like a small like manga section, and then seeing them, I was basically inspired to collect manga again because when I was a kid, I collected so much manga, and the reason why I don't collect manga and I read them mostly on my phone is because there's so many individual like novels, like individual like volumes. It's like it's gonna take up so much shelf space, but at the same time, it's like you only live once, and it's like feed my book collecting addiction. So I think what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna head home and change my shirt because it's starting to get really hot and I'm sweating a lot. So I think I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna stop by Barnes and Noble because one, they have the biggest, like the one closest to me has like such a huge manga collection that I have to go. And then I think I'm gonna take a look at some books as well. Like, you know, you never know what you're gonna get. So yeah, very excited for that. So I'm going to head home and change my shirt because I'm sweating a lot. So I'm finally back home and I wanted to show you what I got. So I got a total of 4 mangas and 2 manhwas. So for mangas, I'll show you what I got first. So the first one is called The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity. I got the first volume, where this is basically a coming of age story where you have these two schools. They are basically across from each other, and it's an all boys school versus an all girls school, and they pretty much like don't get along because they have these like prejudices about each other, because you know, boys school, girls school, there's some like weird animosity, rivalry between each other. But you have our two main characters who meet for the first time and they just click and they just get to know each other, and they kind of go through these like character arcs where he becomes more confident in himself in wanting to in like what he wants to do in his career, stuff like that. And she's very happy, very sunshiny, but she's also a little insecure, and she just needs a little bit of help getting pushed in the right direction to know what she wants for herself. And they both um work out so well in this one. This is probably one of my favorite, like almost YA like mangas in my opinion. Like the coming of age story is so good, the characters are so good, and the friend group in this is just amazing. So highly recommend this one. And then the second one, mentioned this before, Yakuza Fiance. So again, so good. This is like again dark romance with a hint of like rom-com moments. I wouldn't even necessarily call this like a romance, but it's like a very slow burn type of romance. But I feel like they're better off as platonic soulmates. But if they do decide to go, well, if the artist decides to go to the through with the romance route, which is probably the direction it goes, then great. But if they ended up as like, you know, platonic, and like, you know, they have this like black cat, not black cat, but more of like, how should I say this? Where he is basically super crazy and she's like, you need to calm down. Like that's type of energy, like opposites attract, but also like from not rival, but different Yakuza gangs. He's the grandson. He's the grandson of one Yakuza gang, and she's the granddaughter of another Yakuza gang. Arranged marriage, all that jazz. And then after that, I got Watakoi, Love is Hard for Otaku, where this is basically about you have our well, there's two couples that are in this, and you follow mostly both of these two, where her name is Naruse, and she just started a new job at a new company, and she's trying to hide the fact that she's an otaku. And then he is her childhood best friend, and they work at the same company, and so they both decide, you know what, let's start dating, because being able to when the normies or normal people find out when if they're otaku, she had a really bad experience, and she's trying not to have that experience again. So she's like, okay, I'll just go ahead and date you, see how that works. And they work at the same office, they're childhood best friends. And then the second couple is also really good too, where they were high school sweethearts, and they argue like a lot, and it's just so fun. Probably one of my favorite romantic comedies in like office romances. Like, and I feel like the romance between these two is also kind of like a slow burn. And even though the manga itself is like short, like there's only like 6 volumes, totally worth it. Slow burn, absolutely worth it. And then next, Fruits Basket, probably god tier manga of all time, where you have this girl. Her name is Toru, and she is currently living in the forest in a tent. The reason is because um her mother recently passed away, and she's trying to live on her own, but she's trying to live with her grandfather, but her grandfather said, oh, the house is under renovation. So, and she doesn't even be a burden to her friends and live with them, so she decides, well, why not just live in the woods for a little bit until the renovations are done. And then she runs into the Soma family, where they have this curse where if a member from the zodiac hugs someone of the opposite gender, then they will turn into one of the 12 animals of the zodiac. So that's basically the main premise, but this book, it is so angsty. It goes another amazing coming of age story. There's like a lot of things that I feel like if this were published now, it would probably get canceled due to this content, because it gets really dark sometimes. And I just feel like this is, I don't know. I don't know how to explain this besides like you have to go in it knowing that like there's some things that are a little dubious, but it's just so good. The romance is amazing. The friend group's amazing. The found family aspect kills it in this manga so well. And I think about them all the time. Like, if you were to ask me what manga is my Roman Empire, like, this is it. So I'll be collecting all of them as time goes by. That goes for the rest of the manga that I showed earlier, but this one for sure. And then next up are the manhwas, or Korean comics. So the first one I got is A Business Proposal, where basically you have she is working at his company. He's a CEO, and she goes on a date with him, but it's a blind date because she's trying to cover for her best friend, who is also a rich girl, and trying to basically be like, hey, don't, and trying to deter him from like dating her. So it's just like a whole mess. Like, so you have like mistaken identity, you have CEO and employee, and then you just have this like almost like a fake dating romance aspect to it too, and it's just so good. And but then what she didn't expect is that he starts falling for her, even though she has a completely different persona and look. So she's like, uh-oh, how do I get out of this? What do I do? We gotta go. So again, another great one. This is even the side couple is amazing. And this also got turned into a K drama. So I highly recommend watching it as well, because it's so much fun. And how should I say this? I think about this one all the time as well. Like, I probably have read this online like 3 times, or like even like more than that. It's just that good. And then next is very unexpected, not a romance, but an action adventure, Soul Leveling, where you have our main character Sung Jinwoo, who is essentially the weakest hunter in all of the land, because um, before hunters were a thing, there were things called gates, where they would have these monsters would come in, and you have hunters who would basically emerge to hunt these monsters down and then level up and stuff like that. But he is known as the weakest one, and he goes into this almost like a temple, where he eventually gets killed, and he gets basically regressed or reborn into this new life, where he is in this system, this like almost like a gaming system, where he levels up like pretty much constantly, becomes this very OP, like super strong, like, oh, to the point where it's just kind of a little crazy. It gets a little crazy, where you're thinking he probably should not have this many powers. But again, this is so good, where you have action, you have adventure, and you just and you this is basically probably like the best underdog story, in my opinion, where he starts from like the weakest guy to the strongest guy, and you kind of see how he and the way that he navigates through like different moral and ethical dilemmas when it comes to teammates, when it comes to figuring out how he wants to use his power, is very interesting in this book. So in this manhwa, so definitely recommend. And the anime for this one is also very good. So I would highly recommend watching this, because the animation is so good. Just want to like mention also, like, it's a little personal, but the whole experience of getting manga and manhwa as an adult is just so, how should I say this, like relieving, because one, I have adult money, and two, when I was a kid, I've always loved manga and anime, like literally since pretty much elementary school. But back in like the early 2000s, like it was not cool. Like it was not, it's not as mainstream as it is now, but being able to like buy physical copies of manga and just feel good about it instead of just like, like when I say like I want to get into like get manga again, I mean like actually have my own physical copy, because when I was a kid, I used to go to the library and kind of like have my own little collection basically, and like borrow so many like volumes and copies. Like that's how I read like my physical copies of manga. And then as I got older, I realized that, oh, you can just read them like, online. And now that I'm an adult, I can actually like physically like physically collect these in my hand. I was reading Fruits Basket when it didn't even come out in its collector's edition or the omnibus where it's like 3 volumes of one. I was reading it when it had individual volumes, like basically, and I didn't like telling people about it because I was afraid that people were gonna like make fun of me, or like they were gonna say like things, because the early 2000s was not a great time for manga and anime lovers. But now that I've gotten older and that like I don't really care about people's opinion too much anymore, like yeah, of course I still care about like people's opinions and like stuff, but when it comes to like basically nerdy stuff, like I stopped caring, and it's just been such a relieving experience. And like I found like, and I'm grateful that I found like my little community that kind of accepts my like nerdiness, like kind of accepts like that, that that I'm a manga lover. I'm also like a huge like book lover, etc., etc. So yeah, it's just been like elementary school me would be very shocked that I would be collecting physical manga, like, or even like high school me would be very shocked that I'm actually like physically buying like physical manga or manhwa now, because I would be reading all of it like on my phone. Like I don't even have it like marked on Goodreads either, just because like we're still gonna get to that point when like, we're gonna mark it and track it on Goodreads, but I haven't gotten there yet, just because one, I've read so many, like I don't know how to keep track anymore. Like it's just in my brain, and I just understand, and I just know what I have read and what I haven't read. Um, but also like at the same time, like I feel like tracking it or like marking it down on like a platform such as like Goodreads, it's like even more exposing. So we'll get there eventually, but right now, like I feel at most at ease, like feel better, that just knowing that I know what I've read. Like I know like that I've probably read like a lot more books than what Goodreads is, what I'm tracking on Goodreads, compared to like if I were to count all the manga that I've read this year, then that number would definitely go up. But we'll get there. We'll see if next year I will track it on Goodreads with like worth each volume. Like here's the thing, because I'm a binge reader when it comes to manga. Like I don't know what volume it is. I only know what chapter it is, and I know what part I'm on. So I feel like it's a little bit difficult to track it on Goodreads, just because it does it by volume, and I don't really typically. I just binge it. I just do it all in one go. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, just this whole experience was like very liberating. Like I was like that. I'm like, that's crazy that I can get manga on a Saturday. Like I can go out anytime and use my adult money that I earn to get manga. Like that's wild. Like elementary school me, middle school me, high school me, like maybe even like college me, which wasn't even that like long ago, would be shocked that I'm actually like I took a leap of faith and just went for it. So that's my little spiel. But right now, I think I'm gonna take a shower and then maybe take a nap, work on my personal statement for post grad stuff. So yeah, we're just gonna have like a more chill night in. And tomorrow is gonna be super fun because Universal Studios, my best friend, she's gonna come over, and we're gonna have a little sleepover, and we're gonna wake up super early in the morning and we're gonna head out. So very, very excited for that. As for my clothes, I was thinking of going in as like a Hogwarts student. So, like, even, and a little spoiler alert, it is my Halloween costume this year as well. So it's kind of like almost like a two-in-one. So, I mean, if you're watching this video, hopefully it'll be past Halloween. But if not, then oh well, you got a little spoiler. So there you go. But yeah, super excited. And we're also going to be doing horror nights as well. So I think I mentioned previously, like yesterday, how like excited and nervous I am. And I think what I'm most like nervous about is like how scared I'm gonna be, because I have a very weak heart despite everything. Like I can't do like horror like at all. Like I can do horror books and like horror comics or anything like that, but for me it's just like the visual. Like if it starts moving, I'm going to get very nervous. Like I just can't do it. Like I can't do horror movies. I'm so weak to that kind of stuff. Like I know it's not real, like I know that. It's just that even though like I still get scared. Like I don't know, that's just me. But yeah, again, super excited but super nervous. Good morning. It is now Sunday at around 7:15ish. And my friend didn't sleep over because she had some like assignments to do, and she was like, you should probably get your sleep. I don't want to like disturb you. So I was like, okay, well, it's me in the morning. So she's coming over right now. And currently clearly doing my hair, like just fixing it. And yeah, very excited to go. A little eepy, but once we get there, I think the adrenaline will start kicking in. And currently making some breakfast right now so I can eat something before we start the walk out there. I made some last minute Harry Potter themed friendship bracelets. Very excited for that. And my bag is packed. Like I'm just literally waiting for my friend at this point. We're going on Transformers and we're alone in this queue. So fun. I love being alone. I love air conditioning as well.
Just what do you think this is, mister? A theme park? We are at war here, so still that do still. No! Gotta catch him!
Okay, so we're doing a redo right now because apparently someone decided to be on their knees on the seat, so the ride like literally stopped, and then we were like, what the heck just happened? So we're doing a redo right now. So pretty, right? Toadstool Cafe right now, and we're about to eat this amazing spaghetti meatballs. So, taste test! This is really good.
I see it. What did it range say?
Copy. Optimus Prime is in position.
Perimeter secure. No breaking. Overwatch copy.
Transforming now.
Autobots, roll out. Humans, good to see all of you safe and sound. We've had a few spills on the ground, but the Decepticons are keeping us motivated to move further. We won't allow Megatron the Allspark. Not today. I see you've brought backup. Good. So did I. B-127, transform and roll out! I think you're... Make some noise for Lieutenant Bumblebee! Not bad. What about this side? There's command. Since no Decepticons are in the area, Bumblebee and I are eager to get some humans activated.
Hold all boats in safe zone.
Just got off Jurassic World and we are wet. Kinda. We're kinda dry now, but the guy in front got really smoked, so he took the hit of it, but my face is like, there's water all over it. It's like drying on my face right now, so yeah.
Comes a moment where we must make a choice between what is right and what is easy. The choice we make defines us. Within the
Everybody behind.
Still very sadness.
As a lad bonus, you can enter the classroom through the blackboard. Anyway, we thought you might not.
I'd really rather see for myself. Tell me.
My name is Gidget, and this here is...
Nobody, do not learn my name, we will not be friends.
And... Nope. Well, yeah, maybe it's a fine.
I hope we're cute. We're puppy.
You're so cute! Please, please, please!
Yeah, please, please, please.
If you're really small, it's over to you, and if you don't hit the
all this stuff. I had an early affection for movie monsters. I was always fascinated by the magic behind making movies. But I fell in love with zombie movies and monster movies as a young kid. My world that I...
Directed by Steven Spielberg. Starring Tom Cruise and Dakota Fanning. That is...
Movie magic only happens when a team of collaborators, often in the hundreds, work together to take an impossible notion and bring it to life. This is Jupiter's Planet, and nostalgic, small-time Southern California is not looking so live anymore. Anyway, behind this Hollywood fantasy, the gold rush frontier town lies a sinister secret.
Okay, we got off the studio tour, and right now we're waiting for Halloween Horror Nights to start, so I have the wristband here. And like I said earlier, I am absolutely terrified out of my mind, but it's gonna be fine. I'm gonna have fun. But at the same time, it's not gonna be fun, and it's not gonna be fine. But whatever, what can you do? So we're just waiting for that, and then I think we're gonna get, hopefully, my friends looking up for snacks and food to eat, because food is important. I also got some photos at Hogwarts, so I'm very, very happy about that. And the things I want to conquer are like, try at least one maze, at least try. Like, even if like, when I tell you I'm absolutely terrified, I'm actually gonna like shit my pants. I'm like not even kidding. Like, I'm such a weak, I'm so weak. Yeah, it's bad, but we're gonna have fun, we're gonna have fun.
Chucky, you seem to be in a really good mood today.
I am. Got in a fresh key. A little pick-me-up before the show.
Yeah, well, it's because of that little pick-me-up of yours that we now have to change the format of the show. We're actually going to be taking questions from our audience, which I have right here, and I was looking them over for a sec, and what's wrong with all of you?
My kind of people.
Yeah, you're definitely in good company.
Now, what time is it? It is now 10:44, and we are officially dead. We're ready to go home. We finished the Purge show, and it was really, really good. The special effects were amazing. The acting was pretty solid, and the special effects were pretty much the entire show, and it was great. And then when we had the s'more, we had a bunch of the scare actors interact with us, where, for an example, they would, for some reason, tell me to feed the s'more to my friend, and I was like, I swear she's eating it too, but like, you come at the wrong time, I swear to God. And then all of a sudden my friend decided to show the scare actors her cat, and it was the funniest thing ever, because apparently the scare actor loves cats and got a little excited, so that was crazy. And then the entire time my friend and I were looking at this character, we were like, okay, wait, hear me out though. Like, I was like, maybe being in a dark romance book isn't such a bad idea after all. Red flag, but it's fine. And we didn't do the mazes because I'm a scaredy cat and I'm afraid for my life. But we did do the terror tram, and that was really fun. But the thing is, I knew that if I couldn't handle the terror tram, I wouldn't be able to handle the mazes at all. So I was like, hard boundary, I can't do it. So at least we did that, and I'm very, very happy we did that. Late Night with Chucky was really good too. Audience members would like send in questions, and he would answer some of our questions, and that was super, super fun. Went on, and then basically the rest of the day is just us going on a bunch of rides, eating a bunch of food, and that was it. And that was the best time ever. And now I'm ready to go home and go to sleep. I will see you tomorrow in the morning.
Oh, it is not the next morning. It is Tuesday at 10:25 in the morning. And the reason why I didn't film anything on Monday is because on the way back home, I got into a car accident. But first things first, let me reassure that I'm fine. My friend is fine. No one got hurt. It's just that I was being a little reckless on the road, where like it was such a long day. I got really tired and I fell asleep at the wheel. But luckily I didn't hit anybody, so we're good. There is and I did hit the wall on the freeway, so like no one got hurt, like there was no like damage or property damage or anything like that, so that's just basically what happened. The damage on my car isn't too bad, but I'm gonna get it fixed like later. I'm gonna get it fixed, so I already called, insurance is already called, and like all that stuff, so yeah. Lesson learned, if you're tired and you're on the road, maybe you should pull over and take a nap before you get back on the road. So that was kind of on me. So, but yeah, everything was okay. Everything's been taken care of. So we're good. And right now, we're pause. Hang on. So right now, I'm going to be going to the Anna Huang Striker release party at my Barnes & Noble later tonight. It starts at 6, but my friend is going to be picking me up at 5, and we're going to head over there together, and we're going to be also meeting another friend there as well. So super, super excited for that. And today, I've just woken up just kind of like being stressed with like everything that's been happening. But then worked on my like, post-grad stuff and did some reading. And so yeah, now we're just gonna wait for a few hours. So in the meantime, I'm probably just gonna, just chill, do some work, do some more reading, and just basically wait in anticipation. And I will be going to work tonight. So I think after the signing, I'm pretty sure, or like the release party, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be going back to sleep anyway. Okay, so I just got back from the event and it was really fun. And my friend, she's really extroverted, so she basically started like talking to everybody and made new friends, and it was so much fun. We gave out book rags, we made friendship bracelets, did a crossword that talked about like Anna's books and Anna's books. And I thought I read her books, but clearly I haven't read them in detail because there were things I'm like forgetting. Like it was very specific to her books and like very detailed about her books, like obscure facts about it. So we were like looking it up and just giving each other answers because we were doing a giveaway for the jersey, and I thought it was based on like, oh, who finished the crossword first, but no, it was just a drawing. And I didn't win, unfortunately, but it's okay. Someone else won, so. But what matters is I have the striker in my hands, and I was looking at this, I'm like, this thing is huge. This is, according to this, 577 pages. That's crazy. But I'm so excited because that means more content. And because of how big this is, I'm probably going to read this on Kindle, just so I can just feel it's more digestible, and I'll probably just do all my highlights and my annotations on Kindle and then just transfer them over to my physical copy. So very, very excited for that. And what I got at the event were 3 different bookmarks and a sticker. So the first one has like, it says platonic, right? And it has like a sticker, and it has like, not sticker, it has a skillet on it. It kind of reminds me of Tangled a little bit with the skillet. So the next one is like, you have this bookmark, says a striker, and on the other side, it's like a soccer or football ticket. And I think this is really cool. The next one this one says, does this feel platonic to you? Again, super cool. And then I think this might be like my second favorite next to the ticket. It says justice for Pluto, because first of all, that's so real, as Pluto does deserve justice. So we'll see. I'm very excited to see what the meaning in that is. Sorry, I had to check my watch. There was some like notifications going off. But yeah, I'll probably most likely start this right after my Dramati fic. Again, I know the title is just very long, but yeah. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye!